What's up, Jaden? How you doing, boss? I am trying to get the video pulled up real quick. Oh, wow. Doing the last little bit for the weight order that we got pending right now. There we go. Ooh, I'm beat you to the thumbs up, Jaden. Let's see. All right. What's up, Josh? John, how y'all doing? Russell. Yep, but you forgot the thumbs up. All of y'all did. Except me. Got to do the thumbs up too. That helps us. It really does. I'm looking for my knife. Need to be able to do this next step. It was here. Where's my knife? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What did I do with it? Oh, nope. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta find this knife. That way I can get the one I was looking for. So, yep. What's up, Roman? How you doing? I am gonna be cleaning weights. These are the 1.5 ounce pairs that were poured yesterday. I didn't get to them last night because I was busy working on other gear. But I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning them up today so I can get them order. Yep. And just cleaning off the excess amount. I don't like this knife. It's so small, like it wants to slip out of my hand. Oh, I've got a bigger knife. I had it yesterday because I was working. I was going to go to the practice for the casting. However, I worked so late last night, I was too tired this morning. I couldn't even get up, or didn't want to get up. How about that? Let me find my knife. Quick. All right, a lot better. Now I got the knife. Yeah, the other one was too small for my hand. I couldn't hold it right. It kept wanting to slip out, so couldn't really rock that. Mm. Yeah, I got teardrops. I got coins. I've got some surf weights I got to clean up as well because we're still. Allergies are really going nuts today. Um, got two pending orders basically, or remaining orders because not everything got poured. But that's the deal with the sales is like when it is placed, we try to get it all out by Friday. Since they placed the order on Friday, we didn't have no time to really prep for it. But I try to always get the gear to them by that date, Friday, because what ends up happening on the weekend, people go out, go shopping for fishing tackle because they're out for the weekend. And if we don't have it to them by that day, we lose out on sales because say they're sold out on that product. Well, they won't end up buying our gear. They'll go somewhere else and get it, and we miss out on those sales in those tackle shops. So I don't want our gear like that. I definitely need to get it set up with whatever we had. So all we were missing was 11 pounds of the 1.5 ounce pairs, but he poured 1 ounces at the same time. So we have the 1.5, which is good because the 1.5s or the 1 ounce we always will sell. So pouring extra definitely helps us out for future orders and stuff like that. So, and we are also doing a lotto for today. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to go live later on this afternoon. So if y'all want to get in on it, let me know. It's $10 buy-in, and I'll be getting the tickets later this afternoon. Because I don't know exactly what the plan is for today. So what do y'all got going? What's up, William? How you doing? John, Curtis, S.S. Barreling, Luciano. Yes, we do. We got eggs from 1/8 ounce all the way up through. I think we got 2 pound or 1 pound, 1 pound egg weights for sure. So. All right, so on the gauges of the surf weights, it's the same thing like measuring. The 16th gauge is the 1/16, which is the thinnest, and then the 3/32, which is the medium gauge, is twice the size or twice the thickness of the 3/32. Then 1/8 gauge is twice the size of the 3/32. So that kind of gives you an idea of the different thicknesses of them, and depending on current, also your line capacity. If you have 50-pound test, you can only use up to the 3/32. If you got 100-pound test, then you can use the 1/8. That's funny, Luciano. It's all good. I know you bought it before they came out with that commercial. It just, like the Budweiser products, when that came out, I gave them up completely. And I know it was the Bud Light, but still, it's all by the same company. And forcing me to accept those things like that was not cool. So, and even then, you have Target doing the same thing, trying to put clothes out, to force little boys to hide their genitalia. Yeah, that's not a store that I'll ever shop at again as well. So, all right, William, I have not looked at my emails today, actually, to tell you the truth. I was sorting these weights or not sorting, but getting them up here so I can get them prepared for this live video. And then I was getting Jeff set up because he's out there pouring some weights. But we're gonna have a short day today. He's gonna do several racks of those weights, and then once I get him, he comes over here and we get him cleaned up. That'll probably be it for today. Call it a little early. So. Yeah, that is a nice truck there, Russell. Oh yeah, most definitely. And what's crazy, I was on Facebook a little while ago, and I was seeing a post where they were talking about, the people that were getting arrested for going into the White House, and guys were arguing about that. And I was like, yeah, They're doing that, but they don't arrest all the illegals who came here illegally. Like, there's a front door, use it. Don't come in through the window. You know what I mean? That's uninvited, you know? And, you know, those guys are still trying to defend them, but I want to see how many of those guys actually took in those illegals into their home. You know, they want us all to accept that and to be okay with that. But hey, if you're okay with that, well, then why don't you bring them to your house? Why don't you put them up? Why don't you feed them? Why don't you do all the things you want to happen, you know, for that? So, just it gets annoying. You know, I'm sitting here working days on end just trying to create a business to support ourselves as a veteran for our country. And I can't even get no money for my business because they're doing everything there, and or I have to fight for my disability ratings to get improved when they're giving all these immigrants, or not even immigrants, they're not immigrants. Immigrants come here legally and get approved. You know, go through the vetting process. The ones who came here illegally are getting money. They're being housed. They're being fed. They're given everything. Yet I have to fight for what what is mine. You know, it's crazy. So I do have a problem with that. So Trump told them to block the border bill. Where'd you hear that at? If I'm reading that correctly, I know Trump was the one trying to uh, close down the borders and everything, so that way they use the right system to get in on it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all been to the border lately. I went to uh, where did I go? I keep forgetting it. To go do my braces, and there's guys camped out all along the Mexico border side, all on their cell phones, all with brand new clothes. Like, I was like, okay, if they trekked through the wilderness to get here, like, how is everything they have brand new? They have air mattresses, they have sleeping bags, they have tents, they have like everything to be comfortable. Like, how do they have all of that if they were doing all of that? Yeah. Okay, which landing nets are you talking about? The ones that are attached to a rope, or the ones that have the poles attached to it? Progreso. I went to Progreso, and like I said, you know, right at the border on the Mexican side, um, or Mexico side, should I say? Uh, they're all camped out there, and they're all young people too. Like, I don't see any older folks. They're all young. They're all, you know, military age. They're all healthy. They're all fit, and they're there. Like, how is that even possible? Okay, I have an $89 one. I have a 119 and 129. Trump wants to complain about the border. It's not Trump also complaining about the border. Everybody who lives along the border are complaining about it. You know what I mean? He's defending us. I mean, you got to think how much money is being given to these illegals crossing over without permission. How many of those are terrorists? I mean, did you not see the video of that one terrorist that has been confirmed? He's a high ranking terrorist here in the U.S. now because of the open border policy from our current world president. He ain't my president. He's the world president. He's giving all of our money to everybody else, and yet they can't fix everything that's broken here. Like me, why do I have to fight for the money that is owed to us, you know, or vets in general? Like, we have to fight. I'm being denied, being denied, being denied. even though all the proof is there. But I'll go across the board and I come over illegally. I'll get it right then and there. Where's the justification in that? All right, so that one's 89, 119, 129. Oh yeah, no doubt. It is. And it's crazy to sit there and look at it as we're having to protect. I mean, look at everything that the Texas governors are having to do to protect us from it. And then even the senator is up on there trying to get them to close all of this. But everybody keeps pointing back to the MAGA people. Really, we're the ones trying to make America great again, but everybody else wants the borders open. I don't get that. Like, I know that there's something broken there, and a lot of people are being misled. But when you can actually go there and see everything that's happening, and even in New York, like they're starting to kick all those illegals out, and then they're complaining, they're getting mad, they're getting this because they're not being taken care of because they're running out of money. Well, they're the ones who set it up. They're the ones who all voted for the open border policy like that. They're the ones that are fighting to keep it open, but they're not taking any of those guys into their house. So, yep. ROU, yes, sir. It is crazy. Like, we're having to, I even told the guys on the phone, sorry, my nose is running here. It's probably. Okay, so were you there on the phone call? Were you there to have they posted a deal showing? I mean, they recorded everybody's conversations. They can say what they want, that Trump this, Trump that. You know what I mean? He's not running the government right now. The government is, and they're the ones fighting to keep the border open. And you see this every day, every day. So trying to blame Trump for something that right now he has no control over is really a bad situation right there. He's not the one running it. The president is. The president is the one who's threatening Texas, saying that we're doing wrong by blocking the border. We're doing wrong by doing this. Yet, when all these millions and millions of people were just crossing the border, like it was a free for all. Watch. In the next few years, you're going to start seeing everybody that came through illegally that hasn't been vetted to ensure that they're not a terrorist. Things are going to start to happen. And then all those guys that are defending him right now, saying that, and I mean our current world president, because he's not mine, is lost. I mean, he can't even stand trial. He can't stand trial, but you want him as your president. I don't understand that. Like, the guy can't even hold an official sentence. He can't even find his way off the stage. It is crazy. And within the first 100 days of him taking office, he nearly killed my business. Literally. I was doing great. I was able to enjoy vacations with my family. I was able to go out to eat. I was able to provide for my workers. We had quite a bit of workers too. And everything was on the way up. Once he took over, within the first 100 days, he closed down the oil pipeline, which was about 70 to 80% of my clientele, with oil field families and stuff like that. And then he just kept shutting it down. Within the first 100 days, I went from about $35,000 to $40,000 a month in sales to making less than $200 a month in sales. That's within the first 100 days. Ever since then, I've been creeping along, every now and then making some good sales and stuff like that, because eventually other shops have to buy tackle, because that's one of the ways to get out there and fish. But our in-store sales plummeted. I mean, like right now, I went from about 15 workers. We're now down to 3. And it's literally because I have to trim off, the workers that aren't, pulling their weight or anything like that, because I can't afford to sit here and wait for them to catch up. As before, like we could work through it. I could teach them. I could sit there and watch them, and now I cannot afford to do that. And all of this is because even trying to get money from the government to help me continue doing business, they won't give it to me. They won't help me. There's no avenues. I'm having to submit paperwork and wait, and then when you submit the paperwork, you have to wait 6 months. Yet these guys that cross over the same day, they get over there, they're getting housed, they're getting food, they're getting money, they're getting phones, they're getting a place to live. I don't pay my bills, I'm out. Plain and simple. Mm. Yeah, it is, and it has nothing to do with my minority. It has to do with the current government is setting up sleeper cells, and they're trying to keep their pockets lined up. I mean, if they were to actually do some research on the current guys that are in the world of politics right now, and find out how they make their millions while being a senator, which they only make what 100,000, 200,000 a year. How are they millionaires a year or two later? How is that? Like, politics is nasty. You are very right on that. But I'm not looking at as politics as left wing, right wing. I'm looking at the my ability to feed my family. Who is causing this? Because I'm seeing it firsthand as a business owner. This is a business deal, and that's what it boils down to. Working with the government is a business deal. Are they providing for us? Are they making it to where we can survive, to where we can feed our families after working, 80 to 100 hours a week? How can we feed our families if we can't even make it because they're raising the cost of everything? Yet I can't raise my prices here. I mean, I had to raise my prices because otherwise I was going to be shut down. That was the other thing too. When Obama was in office, I had to raise my prices. When Trump was in office, I didn't have to do nothing. I was able to buy more inventory. I was stocking it up, and I was doing everything because the prices dropped a little bit. And with that, I was able to restock everything and actually look for forward to growth. As soon as this moron took office, everything plummeted. My shelves are empty. I mean, I'm struggling to make it. And if y'all are with the channel, you know this. You can go back and you can see it. I mean, I'm looking back through my phone on Facebook and I can see what I started with and where I'm at now. And it's not because of bad business decisions. I can understand if I had a gambling problem, uh, something that I spent all my money on. And having a family is not one of them. So don't get me wrong, providing for a family does take money, having a house and all of that, it takes money, but not to where you're broke all the dang time and you got nothing to show for it because you can't even provide to pay the bills. I mean, going to the grocery store and we used to walk out with, a full cart and it would be maybe $100. Now I've walked out of there with 2 grocery bags, and it's $100. Like, how? I'm sorry. My question is how. Like, if everybody's willing to throw Trump under the bus, how is it that he's been out of office for 4 years and things have gotten worse? The cost of gas, the cost of living, the cost of everything has gone up, but you still want to defend the current president. It is crazy. And what's going to happen when all of this starts coming to term, all these people that they say, oh, they're good, they're good, they're good. And we start having all these attacks, all these sleeper cells that made it through before the borders got shut down. I am, being in the military myself, when I go to a restaurant, I'm always looking at the front door. I don't have, I know where the exits are. I know where all of this is at. But it sucks having to live in a world like that, especially now. And Okay, and even during COVID, when everything was being shut down and all of that, we couldn't keep up with the amount of business that was going on. Like we really couldn't. I was working here 12 to 15-hour days every day just trying to keep up with what was going on. I literally, I was so busy, I had to keep my doors closed because I was working in the back solo because some of the guys had gotten sick. I understand that. But it's not just that. There's everything that everybody was getting all this free money and they didn't even have to work. They didn't have to work. And it was, after the inflation of that and stuff like that, it is barely catching up. Nah, it's not just that, because even when we were in there doing all of that, it's just steadily going up. And all of it, a lot of it has to do with they're paying all this money to all these foreign countries for aid. That's where all the prices going up. Like, how many hundreds of billions of dollars are being donated to other countries? Yet they can't take care of all the vets. They can't take care of the elderly. They can't take care of all these medical bills currently for our country. How many wars were we in when Trump was in office? How many countries were going to battle when he was in office? None. Now this guy, the countries are invading other countries and it's going to hell. And, I'm sorry, but evil has made its way. And if you're not open to the fact that that's what's going on, you are really missing out on everything that's going on. Evil has made it to there. I mean, guys, it is crazy. Think about it. We have a guy that wants to put God back into our schools, back into our lives. Yet these have never even talked about it. They're doing everything to stop it. They don't want God back in our lives. They don't want us to be in control of our lives. They want to be in control of our lives. They want to block everything that is good from that. Why do you think they're so scared? Because when God is back in charge and being where he's supposed to be, the top guy in our lives, everything is right. You take him out, look at everything that's going on. I mean, shoot, look at the deal with a guy in the women's deal at what's that gym? I don't even. I saw it, and there's a little girl in there. I'm sorry. If I would have been at that gym and my daughter was in there, and some man would have been there, I would have been going to jail for beating his living. I would have been. It would have been over. I'm sorry. My daughters are female. This is a male who's lost in the sauce. That does they want that? Make them their own bathroom. Do not put them with the women and the girls. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That is it is it's crazy. Look at all the craziness that has happened. The devil has found his way into our lives and he is winning. He is winning right now. Look at all the trouble that is we have to go through just to be able to say a prayer in school. I mean, shoot, kids are getting in trouble for having a flag, a U.S. flag, on their vehicle. This is America. If I want to wear a flag on my shirt when I go into school or on my backpack, hey, by all means, why should I have to worry about that? Why do our kids have to worry about that? But they want to teach, sexuality and change and all of this. And I'm sorry, the kids are too young to be understanding any portion of that. And they're doing it every day. They're getting away with it because that's the devil's way of changing our lives. And those that are defending it, they're being corrupted. And it is sad. It is real sad to see. And I'm telling you guys, if it ever came down to it and there was a man in the girls' restroom while my daughter is in there, or he tries to go in there when my daughter is in there, there's going to be some serious problems and I will be locked up because I'm sorry. Exactly, big dog. Chromosomes don't lie. If they want their own deal, they need to have their own restrooms. They need to have their own, hey, if they want to be lost in the sauce, okay, cool. I'm not going to tell you how to live, but you're not going to force me to live in your same roof. It's not going to happen. It is amazing. And I'm sorry, this is normally a fishing channel, but seeing what's happening, I've got to speak out, and especially knowing it is Easter weekend. You know, tomorrow's the day that he rose up, defeated death, and proved to the world that it's God that we need in our lives. It's God that we got to thank every morning, every night that we have lived to see another day, and have being able to work another day, and have being under His command. I'm sorry, there ain't no other way. And I know He has a plan for me. He's put me here for a reason. I've seen it. I've seen it time and time and time again. And if you go through my channel, you can hear the many different times my testimony is in here, and it's under different occasions too. You know, when there was times when I thought I should close, I prayed to Him, and I gave it all up to Him, because I knew it was out of my control. I can't control anything other than what I do here, because He gives me that opportunity to make those decisions in my life. But at the end of the day, by putting Him first and realizing that He has a path for us, He has a light in our lives, and I'm willing to follow it as a true way to give it all up to Him. And that's where we're at, and that's where I'm at. So, I haven't seen what issues. What are you talking about? Please be specific on that, because I just stated a whole bunch of issues that I'm seeing personally as a business owner. What's up, Kendall? How you doing? Sorry you came into a rant. I'm sorry that normally, like, we're normally talking about a lot of fishing, what's expected for the weekend, tackle, our growth, but it is crazy, getting the denial letter from the government telling me that I do not rate the upgrades, even though it is in black and white that I rate everything that I'm requesting, not asking for anything more that it's not always promised to me. They have the paperwork outlined in black and white that I rate, the rating that I'm applying for, and they're denying me. Why are they denying me? Oh, that it's nothing, no, that it's not, how did they put it? That it's not new evidence, and they still stand by their judgment. That is crazy. So, and to read that and to know that, hey, but if I were to cross the border and come back over illegally, hey, I get free housing, I get free food. I told him, I said, maybe I should just go do that, cross over the border, come over illegally. Hey, I'm do that, and man, I can take care of my family, not have to work. You know what I mean? Not have to worry about bills. Shoot. Right? See what I'm saying? It's crazy that we have to go to these extremes to make it happen. And right there, and see, I don't know anything about crypto, boss. I know a few of my buddies that are in it too. Um, they went through a long period of negative growth, and then all of a sudden they shot up, and then they're starting to do great. So I also have to say too that this was probably six. No. All my sales literally started to increase when Trump started saying he was going back for the presidency. Yes, he's been kind of talking about it, but Once they started taking him back to court and doing all of this, trying to block him from the presidency, my sales increased. All the way up until that point, literally that week when he was talking about doing that, I said one of my prayers because I was on the verge of closing. I literally I had nothing else to give in there. If sales did not increase, I was done. And this was probably going on 2 months ago now. And for the last 2 months, you'll have seen me working my butt off, lives in the morning, lives late at night. And even after I'm off the video feed, I'm still here working, trying to keep up. So I am not complaining. That's not what this is. I asked, our father to if this is where he wanted me, I needed to be able to provide for my family. I needed to be able to, you know, provide for my workers, needed to be able to provide for my customers because all of them put faith in me. And I know if this is where he wants me to be, I need his help. I need him to show me the sign of this is where he wants me to be. And within that next week, we had 9 orders. 9 orders. Now, let me give you a little history on that. For 5 months prior to that, I know I had talked about, man, we've been dead in the water for like a month. We've been dead in the water for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. Y'all have been on there. The proof has been here on the channel. Every time I go live, I'm giving you an update of where we're at, where our health is as a business here. And to sit there and say, man, we got 9 orders. If you look back, we didn't get 9 orders combined in like 3 months. We would get 1 order maybe every couple of weeks, and it was barely enough for us to make it through. So it is different, and seeing him run for office or putting it out there that he's going back, everything has changed, everything has increased, and it is, yeah, I mean, and he's talking God in our lives. He's going to church. You see him making his offerings. You see him in church. When do you ever see any of these other politicians that are trying to keep him out of office in church? Where do they show up to these police officers that have been murdered in the line of duty to these illegal immigrants? Not immigrant, and then to the ones that came here illegally. Where are they in these funeral services? They're not. It is, yeah, it's really sad. Golly, $5,000 right off the bat. Wow. Yep. Dude, $5,000 for us would have set us up for several months, paying bills and getting food and all of that. But again, too, where's that money coming from? It's not. They're printing the money, but where is the money coming from? That money has got to be backed up somehow, some way, and it's coming from all the guys like me and you that are working every day to provide for our families, and the government is taking the money, and then they're taxing us on the money we've already paid taxes for. They're taxing us on gear that we've already paid taxes on when we made a purchase. Jesus, that is crazy. Yep. Well, why do you think they're charging so much now? All of this money that they're planning to give to other countries got to come from somewhere, and it's coming from all the taxpayers. So I'm sorry, it is crazy. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking for actual personal experiences of what I'm seeing here, day in, day out. And like I said, I went to the border myself, and to see it myself, they're young, they're in their 20s, and they're all healthy. And I was like thinking to myself, I was like, damn, man, like how, like, shit, man, for me to get some of the gear they had for their camping stuff, I was like, jeez, blow up mattresses, nice tents. They got cell phones. They got pillows. They got blankets, and none of them are tattered like old. Everything was brand new. Like I was actually looking at, when I was walking through, some of the stuff had just hit the market, like just came out, like that was the newest thing on the market. Yet these guys have it, and they're coming from Mexico. Oh man, it is crazy. I almost stabbed myself. Well, actually, I did. Telling you guys, the lead is sharp. So it's a little hole, but still, the lead is sharp for sure. That was from that little poke right there. Or actually, can you see it now? That jabbed me in the finger right now. Mm-hmm. I have to disagree, big dog. I have to disagree because if these guys, are talking about making great again, they're the ones on the border trying to block these people from coming in. Which these cities are now complaining that they have too many people, they can't provide for them, this and that. Yet they want the borders open because they were hoping that all those people would stay here in Texas. And then what's going to happen there? You know, what state are you in, boss? Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. That lead poisoning is inhaled and or eaten. It will not absorb through your skin, and yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll find out in a few weeks. Let's see. Where's my cutter set? Yeah, trust me, guys. This ain't the first time I've been jabbed with lead, and it definitely ain't gonna be the last. Not too worried about it. And no, these are egg weights. They're egg weights. Mm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cameron from yeah. I was taught like that too. Just put it in your mouth and crush it with your teeth. Yep. 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 No doubt for sure. So yeah. No, I caught it after the fact. It kind of sank in. So gotta focus a little bit. And I do have to admit too. Yeah, I've done that same thing for years of split shotting and stuff like that. And you know. And I'll tell you what, after all the years of biting on split shots and doing this for years, and when OSHA came through, I went and I got tested for lead poisoning, this and that, and they said, for my lead, that there was nothing to worry about. Like, and even then too, I was like, okay, maybe I told the doctors that I worked with lead on a daily basis and stuff like that. So they said, okay, well, we need to test you. We need to do this and that. They're like, everything. They go like, everything came back fine. I was like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. So, yeah, no, the fish bites, they work really well, guys. They really do. Um, and even if they lose color, they're still usable. Now, granted, they do get hard, and sometimes they're a pain in the butt to try to get on the hook, but it is there. So. Oh man, almost done. Well, not almost done, but the easy part now is breaking it apart. The hard part was sitting there and cleaning up all these edges so that way we can break them off and be done with them, kind of deal. Let's see. And how big was your drum? Are you sure it's the battery that just needs a charge, boss? Oh, it's been parked now. Yeah, that does play a little bit onto it. Yes, sir. Mm. What's up, Zach? How you doing, boss? What's up, For Life? How you doing, bub? Oh, wow. 45. That man, that's a. Are you in any of these? Are you fishing here locally, Morris? Big Dog. I actually don't have any shirts online. Our website is down right now. Um, we're gonna have to get it reset back up. But the deal about that is too, the shipping is what makes it extremely hard for us to sell the product like that. Because obviously, when you call us, we can set up the shipping. Once we got everything confirmed and let you know, hey man, we can combine all of this. On the website, it didn't allow us to combine deals like that. I don't know if it's because the setup we were using or that they were using, but we got calls from customers that they wanted to cancel orders because they were getting crazy overcharged for the shipping costs. So, what's up, Roger? How you doing? Um, the feeder road right past Red Dot is one. Anywhere on that backside of the island right now would be a great place to fish for drum from the banks. Um, the reason being because we've had strong southeast winds for several days, so it has brought more water into the bays and um, brought the water levels up. So there's going to be a lot of fish up close and should be a lot easier to get to for sure. The trout, I would still stick to deeper water, uh, at least 3 to 4 foot of water. And yeah, nope. But if you go on the piers, try or actually along the bridges and stuff like that around the pylons, there's going to be a lot more trout in there as well too. So, oh, okay, cool deal. And where'd you catch that 45 at, Bob? And David, actually, I have not been brought up to speed. I haven't read up on that, what the new regulations are for the trout. Um, I see a lot of people complaining about the numbers and stuff like that, and I'm not really a big trout fisherman, to tell you the truth. So I haven't really maintained on top of that. So if you don't mind sharing that, that would be awesome. Uh, I know, and are they already in effect, or is it going to go into the next season? I know they do some emergency deals um, for the trout and flounder and stuff like that too. So only three now. Is there like a size limit as well for those? Because I heard that they lowered it down, but I have not been able. Like I said, I have not been able to confirm because Just trying to keep up with the amount of work my subscribers are putting me through. Not complaining. It's not a complaint, guys. Don't keep it up. Y'all being proactive on the channel through the emails and all of that are telling me that I have something to do. Without y'all being proactive, I could not keep doing what I need to do to be proactive as well. Obviously, to provide for my family is one thing, and knowing I have to stay busy, I have to provide for them. But when it's all going, to towards a wall of nothing, then it does make it very difficult. So you have to get a tag now, or is it the same tag for like the red drum? And if that's the case, like, um, how many of those over 30 inches can you get per year? So one 30 incher per year or per trip? Oh well, that still ain't too bad. Okay, okay. Didn't they have a time before where you couldn't even keep You can, or like you could only keep one over 25 inches? And if you were to get one over 30 inches and you put it next to one that's 20 inches, it's crazy. The amount of size difference right there. So, and what gets me more is they're willing to put all these parameters on fishermen for size limits and bag limits, yet a company is trying to come in to add more salinity to our waters, and they ain't saying nothing about it. They're not coming in and putting a stop to it. It's crazy. That I really do have a problem with. Like that. So I'm still waiting on the information to come in about the other system that they're already doing for creating fresh water, and yeah, and it's hundreds of times cheaper than the desalinization plant for initial setup and overall maintenance of the gear as well. Yep. No, I mean, like, where are they in those discussions? I have not seen one game warden or one official from any of those uh, fishing regulation areas coming into play and saying, "Hey, man, this ain't good for the environment." They're staying quiet. But if I want to go over there and catch fish, they're telling me I can't do it now, or the size. Like, you got to be sending them emails of why aren't they in these conversations? Why aren't they paying attention to what's going on? What, big business is above the law that they don't have to follow what the rest of us do? Oh yeah, they don't. They're still paying the same thing they paid for water 30 years ago with uh, no penalties for using more water than they're supposed to use per day. Now, if we go over, 100 gallons, we get fined. But big business can still use whatever amount of water they want to use. And actually, they put out numbers the other day of how much water they use per day, or like it was per hour, something like that. The amount of water they use per hour is the same amount or is greater than X amount of families use per month. They use that per hour. Like, holy smokes. Yet they want to complain about the taxes, that they have to pay for the area they're in. They stop paying that, and so the schools end up going without. Like, dude, y'all are making a crap load of money, and y'all can't help the schools. I'm sorry, I'm a small business. I'm a very like I'm a drop in the bucket compared to those big businesses. Yet I'm doing everything I can to help out, our community and stuff like that. And with every, with all the extra money I have, I'm trying to do that. But no, yeah, okay. When they do help out, I'm telling you, it's still pennies in the bucket compared to how much they're making off of us, off the city, and yeah, it's crazy. See, seen some of them with a little bit of flashing there at the end. See that? So, gotta tap that down. I agree with you right there, Brandon. Yes, sir. I mean, shoot, I'm seeing so much videos coming from prisons and jails that they have their own cell phones. Like, really? Yeah, that is amazing. And what's even crazier too is they're allowing it on like TikTok and Instagram and all of that. Like, if they weren't putting that up there, it wouldn't be going. You know what I mean? So again, that's evil glorifying, the prison system and stuff like that. Like, all right, Slammer, nice. You're very welcome on that, Bob. So how are the crimps coming out? Are they coming out nice and clean on that? No, they shouldn't. Well, yes, they should censor those apps. Those videos should not even be allowed on there because they're locked up for a reason. Like, why do they even have cell phones? Like, it's amazing. That is crazy to know that they can be in prison. They're there for breaking the law and stuff like that. Yet that they have the same enjoyments that we do out here. Mm. Yep, for life. You're right on that. And I can understand why. That's why we have horror movies and stuff like that. But again, too, what everybody is doing is giving these people power by showing them that they want to see that kind of deal going on and stuff like that. It's crazy, and I don't know. It's yeah, that that is a big one right there, and it's just like teachers, dealing with these kids that have no respect, living in their feelings, demanding that the world owes them everything. Sorry, guys, that's not the way the world works. You've got to work for it. You got to get it, and that's where the government is screwing everything up too. Because I was brought up: the harder I work, the better it gets. Shoot, the harder I'm working, the more that is taken away from me. Like, how is that? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Seen that. That is definitely a whole new world where you know instead of watching these reality TV shows, you just have to open your phone and now you can see everything that's going on a daily basis on there. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to glorify it to where you know it's going in the wrong direction. It really is. No, not from the hole wallowing out. It's not from the teeth. It's from there's a mechanism inside there that it teeter totters on to make it press down over here. That's the part that always wore out on us. And actually, let me go to the back real quick. Hold on real quick. Hello? Live on the channel on Breaking Weights. Um, Here in a bit, when Jeff gets back, we're going to break those weights, clean them, put them up, and then I'll close in shop. Um, Go over there and do the barbecue. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right. So, all right. All right. So that piece I'm talking about is in this. It's in this mechanism here. This is the teeter-tottering point that gauges how close these teeth come into play. The teeth are fine. It's not that. It's the piece that's in here that this teeter totters on to make it close the way it's supposed to properly close. That got wore out. And I'm talking, we wore it out like 3 or 4 times. And now we don't even use the crimper at all. It sits up here. Basically, the only thing I use it for is when I'm doing my big wire bending because it helps me bend the wire. But other than that, I don't use it for precision crimping anymore. The only ones that I do it for are maybe for like the 700 pounders because those do help out a lot more. And yes, it may not be the same one that you have, but that is going to be, as far as I know, that will be your only problem area. The teeth, like I said, but then again, yours might be backwards. If you have replaceable teeth, those may be the ones that wear out easily compared to that part. So just keep an eye out on that, and it won't. It's not going to be quick. Well, I hate to say it's not going to be quick, but again, too, that's one of the biggest things that we've been noticing with all the products that we're getting out in the market. Monofilament. I mean, everything. The types of metals that we're getting are not as strong as they used to be. It is. So I don't know, to tell you the truth. It could be something that's an easy fix and cheap, or it may be something that you're going to get tired of having to redo. And I bought these, $100 crimpers. They used to be $50, and now they've gone up. But I've already had these for several years, and granted, we have to do it by hand. But I know I did what was that, 10,000 sleeves in a week with one of those crimpers. I'm good with that. I'm real good with that. So, let's see. I need to find my other. Where are my other trays? I have to do this all day. No, I am. I'll be done with this probably. Time is it? Within the next hour, I should be done with all. Well, actually, yeah, those other trays should be pretty easy to go through. but I do have to knock it out. We're trying to get the door complete. And again, too, it didn't help when the load wasn't shared properly. But I'm glad they see it now. So definitely going to make it a lot easier if everybody stays on their game to get caught up and get ahead. You see where we're starting to stock our shelves back up, but we're having to put forth a lot of effort to make sure it does get there. And for that. Trying to separate the 1 and 1.5 ounce pairs real quick, and I'm finding a bunch of them that I missed because they were individuals. And when they're individual like that, it does make it a little harder to see them. And what I'm talking about is this: like when they're individual like that, and that one, that one. But when they're in the big old group, I can get through them quickly. So, depending on which mold it is, like the pairs, uh, some molds only have 4 of these. Some will have 8. Some have where there's 4 on each side like this, and it'll be one size and one size. So we have to run both sides of the mold when we're looking for both sizes. And again, too, like I finally found a company to make bigger production molds. I'm just waiting for the response because, granted, I'm going to have to pay a lot of money for each one of those molds. But if it brings down my production time, I can produce more, then they should make up for it here pretty quickly. Because instead of them wasting 10 hours of pouring, then they can do it in 2. That is a plus. That's a win for me. But like they say, you got to spend money to make money. So. Uh, I fished a Red Rooster 3 in the past. Okay, if you win the fire drawings, do you have problems shipping out with that? Okay, so, uh, yeah, no, you notice that too? Like my nose is still running and running, running. Um, so the way the fire drawings work, depending on how much you win, is how much the in-store credit is. If the product that you are buying with that money, leaves room for shipping, then you're good to go. You know what I mean? If not, then the customer is still responsible for the shipping costs on that. So, but no, shipping out product, as long as we have it in stock right there, it normally ships out pretty quick. Able to say that swivel. Why does what look like a grenade? Talking about that one? Yeah. Not low key at all. It stays right here in front. It's our pager for customer complaints, especially for those that come in thinking they run the shop and they demand to be in front of the line ahead of guys that have been waiting here to get the reels pulled up. Yeah, it's a customer complaint department. Pull a pin and go wait by the door. That was actually given to us by one of our subscribers. Um, him and his guys have been in here for multiple hours while I was pulling up a bunch of reels. And they knew. I've been telling everybody for weeks, hey, this tournament's coming up. I need y'all to be patient, when y'all come in. Because, if you want it done right, it's going to get done, but we're going to treat everybody with the same respect. And one of the locals here, I told him about it, and, oh yeah, I'll come, and this and that. What was I going to say? Yeah, and I told him the whole week prior, oh, I'll bring it Monday, da, 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 da. A week later, he shows up on Friday. Not the week prior. He shows up the day of the tournament trying to come in and cut in front of the 1080s that were on the counter and stuff like that. And, and basically saying, I need to serve him. And why am I going to serve these tourists that just come in? Like, he lives here and this and that. And I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter whether you spend $1 million or $100 or $5. I'm going to treat you with the same respect that everybody else is, doing, because you know what? They all worked their butts off to get what, the money to be able to come in here and spend it. You know what I mean? And oh man, I can't, and he for about 10, 15 minutes, he was just sitting there pouting about it. He ends up leaving. He goes somewhere else and gets it done. I'm like, all right, cool. So the customer goes, hey, I got something for you. So he walks out to the truck, he brings me that. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And so real quick, I put the sign up, for customer complaints, pull pin and go stand by the door while, customer service comes to you. And it's been up there ever since. So, yeah, no, so, sorry, guys. You come to the shop, you know, an emergency on your behalf doesn't mean it's an emergency on mine. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that, like, if you didn't plan for it, like we told you to, like we warned you for weeks on end to come in, don't come in last minute and expect us to break our back to help you out when for weeks I told you. Weeks I told you, hey, every time I saw you, hey, dude, where's your gear? Bring your gear, bring your gear. You don't want to listen, man. I can't help you. You know what I mean? All right, got another tray. Oh yeah, yeah. That was pretty funny. And then the icing on the cake after the tournament said and done, he comes back like 2 or 3 weeks later. He comes back and man, I should have just waited for you, but oh no, and like before he storms off, oh, I'll just go get it done over here. They're only going to charge me like $25. I'm like, all right, cool, hey. By all means, if you want to trust your reel during tournament time to another tackle shop, hey, I can't stop you. That's your money. You work for it. You do what you want to do. Well, he leaves. 2 weeks later, he comes back. I should have just had it waiting for you. And da da da. And I was like, why? What happened? Oh no, they put some cheap braid on there. I said, that's probably what you asked for. Like, over here, I don't use cheap braid. I use braid that I know is going to give the customers everything they want or need out of it. And, and he kind of looked at me and I was like, bro, I'm being honest, man. Like, you've shown your colors of what you want and what you're willing to pay for. And if you're not willing to pay for, good gear, it's going to cost you in the long run, bro. Like, and like I said, by all means, there's other tackle that's more expensive on the market. I try to do the best I can with the amount of money that's given to me. And I have found that you don't always have to spend $1 million to get a reel spool. Now, granted, we do charge a bit more than other tackle shops, but again, too, we do something that no other tackle shop does, and that is check every single inch of that line. And that was one of the things they complained about, that he ran out of bait and that it got so far into it and then the line just sheared off because it had a bad spot in it. I said, well, if you had waited, you would have been all right, but you didn't want to wait. So, so that deal ended up costing him, his leader, his weight, his bait, this and that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he said they couldn't even get a bait out after that point because it got so rough. So, it does help it. All right, hold on. Yeah, I like to cover something. That was another issue too. Yeah, the line was buckling up on itself. It was embedding itself on the spool. Yeah, no, he ran into that issue as well. Yeah, it's like can't help you, Bob. Like you came in demanding this, and after that, when it was just me and him, I had my talk to him. I was like, hey, bro, you can't come into my shop acting that way. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna be acting like that, dude, don't come back. It's that simple. I mean, and yeah, you're a local. You come here, but at the same time, you got to give respect. Can't demand everybody to give you respect if you're not willing to give it. So, and I was that was so that was I said that was pretty embarrassing to tell you the truth. So, and then now you want to come back and complain about it? Like, hey, you're the one who put yourself in that boat, man. So, okay. Yeah. All right, Albert. What we're talking about is a customer came in right before a tournament, like the day the tournament started, after he'd been told for weeks to come in and bring in his reel because he needed it spooled. Well, he said he was going to bring it in, the week prior to the week the tournament started. He didn't bring it in. He didn't bring it in all that week. Well, the day the tournament started, when a lot of the guys are coming in to fill up their reels from out of town, they really have no choice. They travel over here. And they like to come chill with us. You know what I mean? They follow the channel. They know what we're about. And they come in, they're chit chatting, catching up, taking a breather off the road before they actually go down beach. And they had a whole bunch of gear here. And it was multiple customers. It wasn't just one guy, it was multiple customers. And so I had chairs out. They were sitting there relaxing while I was pulling reels and talking with them. And one of the locals here came in barking orders, telling me that I had to put him in line, that he has to hurry up and get down beach, and I need to, put him in front. I'm like, dude, you're gonna have to wait. I said, I'll spoil your gear, but you're gonna have to put it at the end of the line. All these guys they'd already been here for like 3 hours, and I was still, moving along, as fast as I could with the one spooling machine. Jeff was, over here working with all the other customers, getting line geared up with leaders and all of that. So. He comes in trying to do all of that and then, pacing around, throwing a hissy fit like a kid and getting mad because I wouldn't put him in front of the line. Yeah, well, screw it. I'm going to take it some other place that charges cheaper. I was like, hey, that's on you, bro. Like, go on, do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep, handling the customers. And if your reel's at the end, cool. If it's not, then, I can't help you. So he ends up leaving and the customer hooks me up with a grenade. So I made it into a customer complaint department for a pager. Well, he comes back a week later, or 2 weeks later, something like that, and he's complaining that the spooling job he got was crappy. I'm like, well, that's what you get for wanting to, you know, uh, pay a lot cheaper for what you're trying to get and get done. It's like, hey, man, I charge what I charge for a reason. I'm putting a lot of expertise behind what I do when I spool a reel. And if you don't want that, hey, man, that's on you. Can't force you to spend your money here. But when you do spend your money here, you get the same respect everybody else gets. So, yep, no doubt. Yep, yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, and he'll be one of the first people to throw my name under the bus real quick too, make it seem like it's my fault that all that happened and he had to go elsewhere. So, I ain't worried about it though. Like I said, he, if you're gonna be like that with me, whether you spend $5 or $10 or $100, I really don't need your money in my shop. So I'm good. I'm good without that kind of BS in my life. I got enough already. Mm. You gonna go fishing today for life? See, Zach's getting ready too. Yeah, buddy. No idea what that is, NX. Ooh, that it does. Some Bluebell ice cream. Except I'm stuck here right now. Trying to knock this all out so that way I can go to the store and get some meat to barbecue today. Definitely not waiting to take it out of the freezer. Gilbert's like, the guy, that commercial that used to be a long time ago. Open, open, open. He's all charge, 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 charge. He's sitting there pacing back and forth. I bet. You didn't use any of those gap top or hard heads for bait, boss? I don't know how many times I tell you, you got to use that for bait. I've had bull reds, Jack Rebel, and shark eat them. We even had a kingfish hit a catfish one time. Yeah, no doubt. You know, guys that immigrate to our company looking for a better life, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. Please don't misunderstand me. I am for those that use the front door. They knock at the front door, come in when asked to come in. You know what I mean? Obviously, you don't just barge into somebody's house. And that's what they've done. They've come in through the back window. They jumped over the fence, come in through the backyard. And I'm sorry, you do that at my house, we're gonna have some issues. And that's no different than our country. You know what I mean? So if they're gonna come in, they need to come in the right way. Do the due process as many other immigrants have done. And they take pride in it, and you see it all the time. It happens. It's a system. It works, and it's there for a reason. But when you want to sit there and break into somebody's house, man, it's a bad ending. And for those that are defending that, you know what I mean? It's wrong on so many levels. But I guarantee you, those guys that are defending, them being able to do that, are not taking any of those families in, and or coming directly out of their pocket to give to those families. You know what I mean? They're quick to open their mouth and say something, but they're not quick to go and back it up. They want the rest of us to do it. So I'm sorry, that's where I do have a problem with that. And I'm going to leave that there because we're going to go way off tangent like we did earlier on my rant, and that was my fault. Uh, just it's a very touchy subject when I got to sit there and you know see where the world is going or our country is going because of that, and it's scary. It really is. The families want to take vacations and go see all these other states and stuff like that. And now it's like, I'm unsure if I want to go to any of those states anymore because of everything that's going on. And, to have my family attacked by another family, out of need or desperation or whatever they got going, it's a scary situation. It really is. I wanted to go to New York, but I'm not going now. Like, I'm definitely not going now. That would, that'd be neglect on my behalf. Not put my family in harm's way just because I want to be selfish. No, sorry, I can go without. I'd rather see my family safe than and miss out on what I've always wanted to see my whole life. I've always wanted to go to New York. You know what I mean? Ever since I was watching Saturday Night Live and all the movies that have come out of New York. But I'm not. I'm not going to set foot in there until everything, which I doubt will ever get back to normal. So I'll just keep watching it from my movies. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, my son's grandparents, they got their citizenship and they worked and worked and worked for it and they got it. And man, it they even have problems with the way these guys are coming into the country illegally. They are from the same country and they have problems with it. So for everybody else that, you know, is not in that same boat to not be in that same page with them, it's crazy. It's beyond me. Like, and you know, everybody's saying, "Well, it's their fault, it's this fault, it's this." Hey, it's happening, and the only ones that are seeming to do anything about it are the governors that are stepping up to stand united with Texas for that, and those that are not, you know, they're part of the problem, and it sucks. They want it. They want to make bad decisions on their side, and they want everybody else to pay for it. And it's not the way it works. Yep, and we're only at 17 thumbs up though. We got 37 of y'all watching the channel, and only got 17 thumbs up. Come on, man. Am I not doing good enough a job for y'all? Am I not? Come on, guys. There's 36 of y'all on here. I'd like to see 36 thumbs up. Come on, show me. Give me some motivation. Let's make this happen. And if you're working and just listening right now, guys, when you can get the chance to get on there and do that, let's see it happen, guys. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Zach, what are you going to be fishing for today when you go? I know there's a ton of guys out there shark fishing today, and I wish I can be out there, but got to take priorities right now. So, well, till we win the lotto. Remember, guys, I am still collecting for that $10 buy-in. Right now, we only have like, uh, how many of us are on there? There's 8 of us on there right now. It's $10 buy-in. I'm going to check Cash App here in a bit once I uh, get ready to go buy the tickets and stuff like that. So if you sent your money through there, you will be taken care of. You will see the thumbs up when I have added your name to the list. So you are good to go. If you haven't, guys, it's you gotta pay to play, man. Oh, might go ice fishing. Nice. William, I'm in that same boat, boss. I really am. I saw that, man, and my blood just boiled. Like, I'm sorry. It Ooh, I think that's what really set me off on the whole deal earlier. Like seeing that and just picturing my daughters, you know, going in there and being scared and you know, yeah, that is amazing. And that company is already starting to see a small price that they have paid. And I'm saying small because you know what? If you're willing to put your whole company on that, hey, that's on you. It really is. Yeah, I believe that too. You know, having a lucky shirt for sure. Yes, sir. All right. Okay, I got Toby there. Let me add your name in real quick. Where's my marker? So this. Uh, yeah, it was crazy. I was talking about AI last night, and an AI deal just popped up right there to help me do whatever I needed to do. I was like, uh huh, they listening. Yeah, they listening. Oh man, where's my marker? That one. Okay. 9 Toby 10. 11, 12, cunning. X. There you go. All right, so we're up to 12. All right. I'll go ahead and check Cash Apple real quick. Double check it. William, got you there. Okay. Edgar. 15. All right. All right, I got Robert and Edgar as well. I got Toby and your family, Bob. So we're up to 15 people, guys. Oh, yeah. No, like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to go live later on this afternoon. But I will be barbecuing, so if I don't go live, at least maybe I'll take some videos and post them up for y'all. I haven't done a barbecue in a minute, so it'd be good to get some good smokewood flavor going. So. Nice. Oh yeah, chickens. You would think they're scared, but man, them things they can be ruthless for sure. Oh yeah. But now that I got that's a 1 ounce. Now that I got my bin set up, now I can turn my chair and break them off in there, so that way I don't have to sort them at the end of the deal here. We'll see how this works out now. The one thing I do remember about my grandma having chickens was when we went over there, they had cilantro in the backyard. The backyard was cilantro. It wasn't grass. It was cilantro, and that was so awesome. Like to go over there and just smell it every day. And it was the only yard in that community that had a yard like that. The whole backyard, straight cilantro all the way across. It was pretty awesome. So I don't know if my grandparents did that intentionally or it was because of the chickens, but I can tell you this: when the chickens um, were removed out of there once my grandparents passed away, because the family didn't want to take care of them or whatever the problem was, the cilantro disappeared. It wasn't there anymore. So I have a feeling it was because of the chickens and their poop, I guess. Yep. Jacob got fired by Daniel. Hold on. Can you come online real quick? Because I know it's Saturday. We need to be fired to go home. uh, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, guys. I have not checked my text messages. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, bro?
Oh, same old, same old.
Yep. Turning and burning. Right. What are you doing, Daniel? You having fun? Bye. Oh man, that is awesome. Yep. Nope. Sitting here breaking weights, brother. Trying to knock this out. Jeff's over there pouring surf weights right now. Um, we're doing a few racks of that just because we were down low on over here, but also too, I say few just because I want to close shop early so I can go barbecue. So figure since
Nice.
I'm gonna go home, Jeff can go home too. You know. So
Yeah.
yep. But oh man. So has your pot gone up on your fire drawing, Jacob?
No, not too much.
Yeah. Well, definitely. There's a few more new guys on the channel today. If you want to talk about it real quick, so that way they know what's going on. Because if us talking about it and they don't know.
So basically, what I'm doing is basically the same thing that Albert's doing with the fire drawings. So the higher the more people enter, the higher the pot goes. So, and I'm having one on April 4th. So, and I've opened the books already. So, if anybody wants to join in on it, they can. So, and it's going to be in-house credit with me. So, like I said, the higher the pot, the more money you get to spend with me.
How can they get in too?
It's the Cash App is the $ Jacob McGee 316. So
Damn. Yep. No. I'm excited, bro. I missed the other time you did some kind of drawing or whatever, and I'm definitely not. I'm not missing on that. That's why I sent my 50 the other day. But I may do what everybody else does: send a little bit more here and then a little bit more there. Spread out my ticket some.
thanks, Gilbert.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And
So,
speaking of real covers, for Albert's 25,000 subscriber giveaway. Oh, thanks. This is what Gilbert's talking about. If y'all don't know, this is actually a real cover for a Pen 80 wide. So,
okay, so
and
let's clarify this. You're not going to win that one. That one is already for another customer.
yeah,
Whoever wins on our 25K giveaway, and actually, let's talk about that real quick. Let me break through this tray. Um, I didn't get to do the prizes, what I was going to talk about with everybody, so everybody knows what to expect. Um, if you win Jacob's prize, the winner will be able to decide what reel cover and size and format they want on it. It'll be a custom reel cover to them from Jacked Up Leatherworks. So if y'all haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, y'all need to go do it, guys, because there's a lot of big things coming. Another one is Sharkotic. They donated a 50 wide Avid last night to our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway. So you never
yeah,
know. You can win multiple prizes and win Jacob reel cover and then win a reel on top. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's definitely something else. So you don't know, but you can't win if you don't play, kind of deal.
yeah.
So the way to get in it is to share the links of our videos, Jack the Leatherworks and Team Hard Life YouTube channel, and or the link of our channel to any social media platform. You can enter as many times as you want, but here's the catch. Once I hit 25,000 subscribers, that's the cutoff. That time when it happens, that's the cutoff. So if you submit late entries, they will not count. This is not like a fire drawing when I'm trying to trying to raise as much money as we can through the fire drawings, and I'm real lenient on the cutoff time for that. And it's because it just means more money for the winner. This is something that is got a cutoff time, and sorry, weight went flying. I had to go find it. So again, guys, Jacked Up Leatherworks, their YouTube, their videos. Team Hard Life, our channel, our videos. So you can enter as many times as you want, and you can win multiple places. So if you happen to be the guy that wins the reel and the cover, that in itself is over $1,000 worth of winnings right there. Shoot, how much are your 50 wide covers if they wanted to go with the 50 wide?
Oh God, you had to ask me that right off the spot.
I know you've had your coffee, bro. I know you've had coffee.
I haven't finished it yet. Oh
Oh,
God. Well, the TRX 130s, I think I have them
man.
for 525, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, the 80 is, I believe, 450. The 50 is, yeah, is 400, and then the
Okay.
30 is 350.
Oh, so you're actually doing the 30s too?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Okay,
the
okay,
30
okay.
is as small as I'll go,
There you go.
just
Well,
because
I
it's
mean,
the smaller reels. Yeah, I could do them, but as much time as it takes me because they are smaller, it takes me just as long to do a 30. And if someone's got a little bitty reel and I got to charge almost $300 for it, it just ain't worth it really.
where is it?
Hey, quit
Let's
knocking
see
me over.
some. Do it. Oh,
Quit knocking me over.
yeah, yeah. Got to get it out to you. It's here somewhere. Yep. I keep forgetting to send that thing out to you. Yep.
Okay,
All right.
so yeah, I trimmed up Gilbert. I had to. So all right, so Robert put on in here. He goes, if anybody from our Hard Life channel wins my raffle, I'll put up $100 store credit to Albert's Tackle Shop.
Wow. So that's a bonus on top. So I'm telling you guys, this thing can go all kinds of ways. Awesome. Because like I said, you can win multiple prizes within our deal. There's no limit. I don't ever have a limit on the guys that uh, put forth the effort, especially on stuff like this. That they're going off of the amount of effort they put into it. So if somebody wins a reel with us, and then they also win the leather cover, they're also going to win basically money to put down on the line to fill it up too.
Yep.
And we also have line coming in too for the giveaway. So you may have real line and the cover, and obviously our team Hard Life rod that we got going in for it. But here's the thing: that's a cast out rod. Now we're going to build it special for the customers. So if they want to use that as credit towards a shark rod, you could definitely walk away rod, reel, line, cover combo. I'm telling you guys, this is something that if y'all miss out on, it's on y'all. I'm not, I can only lead y'all to the water. I can't force y'all to drink it.
Okay, so I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I was telling him about this deal we're doing for your 25,000, and he doesn't do shark fishing, so he doesn't want to enter it. But I was like, well, just share it anyways. Get our stuff out there to help out. So he actually started sharing our channels. But also what he was telling me, he goes, it might be a good idea is I'm donating that reel cover, which could be up to $525 worth. So he told me, he goes, if the person that wins does not have a big reel, so if you don't have a big reel and you're not really gonna end up buying one, what I could do is I could give you $525 credit to something that I'll make for you.
And that could be the same thing with the reel as well.
Yeah.
He's got the credit of that, so we can make it into smaller reels if that's what you want to do. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about us running our own drawings and stuff like that. We got the ability to do that, and especially with like the fire credit or the fire drawings. We've always said it. We set it up now to where it's money in the shop. It's not a set prize. It's just a set amount once it is over
Yep.
with or whatever. So yeah, no, by all means, that could be the same thing. That's why I kind of threw that out there right now. You know, with the Team Hard Life rod, that's a $499 credit right there.
Yeah.
So if you want a shark rod, to upgrade it, well then you can. So this is something that like we're coming up with all these credits for it, but those are the main prizes that we're offering. But now, if you, again, too, we understand not everybody does the same style of fishing. We can definitely open it up to ensure that the winner gets what they want. So I'm almost done with this tray, and when I'm going to show y'all what my plan is for the prizes on there, and we're going to take a vote on how the names get drawn as well. Obviously, it's going to be through the computer. That is not changing. What is going to change is which direction the names get pulled. Are we going to go from the best prize first or the best prize last? So what I mean by that, we're gonna number all the prizes, one through whatever number.
Completely then refrigerated.
Right now, my goal is to have 25 winners.
Even if we got a spoon
That's
in
my
it.
goal. Each winner will walk away with X amount of gear and
How
or
many?
tackle. A lot of the stuff though that has been physically donated, like the leaders, the speakers. Those are stuff that are not interchangeable because that's already donated. That's money already spent. We're not going to send it back to get money to come back that way. That's already gone. So those prizes are set. Uh, The prizes of, say, the reel, your cover, my rod, those are going to be other things that we can work with because the money has not been spent. It's more of an in-store credit. So uh, we're going to have it that way. But again, too, we're going to decide, or y'all going to decide. I'm going to put a poll up on the channel on the community page of when we do the drawing for the names, which direction they will go. So real quick, I'll do it again. I did it last night after you got off the channel. I was like, man, Jacob, or somebody asked about the prizes. So
I totally
just
forgot that
real,
we were going to do that.
yeah, no worries. So, all right, so we got this Rockford Fallscape speaker right here. There's one.
Oh
We've
wow!
got this other speaker right there too. We got four of the bait alarms right there. Got four spools of line. We've got this right here too, and it's got some plus $5 deal, whatever that is, but that's
All
that.
right.
And then we've got that MP3 player, and some of this stuff was actually donated by Robert to us a long time ago, but we just never had the ability to finally give it away. We got Drew's custom leaders in here and stuff like that. There's multiple packages, and we got a fly fishing reel right there. So these are the hard prizes that are already in here that are not interchangeable. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to number all the prizes. I'm going to have a list of all the sponsors, their names, the prizes that they're donating. And obviously, like yours, you've already opened the book to in-store credit for those that are going to have, something different. And I'm also going to open the book too for the Team Hard Life rod and the Avid reel that we have to be in-store credit. So if it's too big for what they want or too small, they can use it as credit to upgrade or downgrade however they want to do it. Obviously, if you downgrade, then whatever's not spent on that prize becomes in-store credit to something else. So if like that 50, if it's too big, you want to do an SX Raptor. Well, then you have, $100 or $200 of credit, and you want to use it for line. So you can get the SX Raptor with line because it's the same amount of credit.
Yeah.
So it's food for thought right there, guys. Let me But I am gonna put that poll up there. It'll probably be later on today or something. If I don't do it today, it'll be next week. Because I'm trying to run through all these leaders and get this sorted.
What? That sounded like you dumped trays.
Here's the last tray. I combined two.
Hey, you can't fire anybody from way over there. If you want to fire somebody, you come over here and fire somebody.
he's trying to be a real lazy fireman today.
I know.
He's challenging his limits on the press.
Yeah.
You hear Terry? She said that he's channeling his Donald Trump.
Amen to that, bro. Amen to that. Awesome. Yeah. That is awesome.
I don't know if this boy can make it to Easter.
Ooh, wee. Josh, that's Albert getting fired and walking out the shop.
Yeah.
That was perfect timing too, right? Oh man. Oh, that's hilarious.
What are you doing with my back scratcher, you turd? He had my back scratching. He was actually pointing at us saying we were fired, so he was meaning it that time.
Oh, he was cracking the whip.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're fired.
Oh. Daniel, did you hear Albert?
You're fired, Daniel.
He's got this look on his face like, yeah, whatever.
He's like, you don't have the back scratcher. You don't have the wand for talking.
Respect my authority.
Yeah. That's
He's
funny.
really trying to pick up her clip with your back scratcher.
What's he doing?
He's trying to pick up her clip with your back scratcher. He's concentrating really hard.
It looks like
But
he
it
is.
doesn't have a holder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he's trying to pick it up. Oh, you're cheating. You're cheating.
He's like, I don't care.
He picks it up with his hand. You cheated.
That's something else right there. Yep. Oh man. I got tears in my eyes from laughing so much. Oh boy. That boy caught this up.
Yeah, he picked it up.
Yeah, he did.
Cheated.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm
You
not
got
going to go over there and tell him differently.
No. He was concentrating pretty hard on that.
He'll fire me.
The only one allowed to be fair is me.
Oh, man.
So when did you
Dude, this is gonna be pretty exciting with that 25K giveaway, bro. And again, man, William's got a lot of work cut out for me right there. I know Bluegrass he is he's also burning it. I got right before I crashed last night, I saw a post or a message from the YT studio where he goes, last one for the night. Yeah.
No, John, I still don't have my badge. Daniel, come fire Albert again. He hasn't gotten me a badge yet.
fire him,
Hey, church ain't till Sunday. I told y'all Sunday when I go to church and the cop gives me the stickers. It's on Sunday. I gotta wait. That's the only time I see that officer.
That's right. I actually thought about seeing if I can't pull out like a leather badge.
Yeah. Have a big old blue wrench in the center of it with the name.
Mhm.
Certified blue wrencher.
You know what? I might just do that in a little contest for our blue ranchers.
And what would we got to think of what kind of contest to make for them.
Okay. Best design. for a badge that I could tool
Oh,
on land.
let them create the design.
Right. Best design gets wallet from me.
Yeah. So the way we're gonna get the entries, you submit them to the Team Hard Life email, and then we'll have them all. Once I get everybody's picture, I'll put it on the community page, and we'll have a vote. Let everybody vote for it.
Yep.
This could be real interesting because somebody could make something really funny for the Blue Rancher one, and it gets voted on.
Here's the rules. It has to be hand drawn. It cannot be computer generated. It has to be hand drawn.
Got him. Yeah, buddy.
John, if you well, yeah, you've already got a wallet. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
So all the Blue Ranchers, get your thinking caps on. Start drawing up a little badge.
All right, and send us y'all's addresses so we can start sending the fire department y'all's way too.
Yep. And like I said, it's got to be hand drawn. It cannot be computer generated.
Ooh, that's gonna be awesome. And what we'll do, I know this may take a little time, so work on it. We'll put it as one of the like I said on the community page on the channel, and when we draw our 25K giveaway, you'll know the winner of the logo on there too, so we can announce that as well.
Yeah. Gilbert, it's the moderators of the channel.
The guys that have blue labels on your screen right there, those are the Blue Ranchers. Those are the guys that help me keep law and order on the channel when I'm like focused on spooling or talking with the customer, and we have somebody come in and acting like a fool, causing hate and discontent that
Curtis.
we don't allow on the channel. So last night we were kind of making, poking fun because I don't know how it came up about having a little badge or whatever, but I cracked a joke saying that they were from the what was it, the movie Scream, where they made fun of it.
Scary movie.
Yeah, scary movie. What was the officer? Oh man!
I'm telling you, if I make these, I'm actually going to show up. I'm going to be dressed up like the old Super Troopers.
Oh, that's gonna be. We're definitely gonna have to have a StreamYard for that with the moderators on there. Oh, hey, that's coming though. We're making moves to take it to that next level, guys. So yeah, hey, get your Halloween outfits ready for the moderators. We're gonna have that channel going like that. That's gonna be. Oh,
that's what it was,
funny.
Gilbert. Yeah, that's what Reno 911. The shorts and the big old freaking aviators and the skin tight shirt.
Oh, that's gonna be yeah. That's gonna be too good. That's gonna be too good. So, man. So we're gonna have definitely a few things to accomplish here pretty quick. So remember, guys, share the links of the YouTube videos, and when you take a screenshot, you're gonna submit it to teamhardlives1@gmail.com. That is our YouTube channel email, and it's for our YouTubers to communicate with us, whether they go fishing, they catch, they want to share videos. That's another thing too, guys. If y'all share videos and we post them to the channel with your permission, and they start to take off and say they make a lot of money or they start making money, this could pay for your fishing tackle. You know what I mean? So again, obviously, it's got to be something that we can post that is not going to get us in trouble. And yeah, if it starts making money, I'm going to give y'all 10% of all commission off of it because obviously I'm going to have to pay taxes on that money when it comes in. But it will be 10% of any funds that come in off that video from the channel. So it'll be applied to store credit so you can get all the fishing tackle you want or need, depending on how crazy it goes. So yeah, definitely something else to look at. Yeah,
And
sure.
Robert, because I know you could draw really well. You guys can help each other out. So it's a competition, but it's also almost kind of like a team building exercise.
That'll be awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Gilbert, sometimes I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to draw a lot when I was in high school and middle school and elementary and stuff like that. But once I got out here, it's really hard to get a chance to do that. Now, sometimes when I'm with my daughters and my sons and they're drawing stuff, I'll take out a pen and paper and start drawing with them too. So yeah.
And John, if you have to, you can get with Robert. I mean, get with Robert, have him help you out.
Yeah. What idea you may have to put down on paper, give them the idea.
Well, see, here it is, Robert. On that, whatever badge wins, okay, and I'll make it as soon as we get the drawing done and whatever which one wins, I'll put it on leather, and that way everybody can see it. And then I'm going to replicate that to however many Blue Ranchers we have, and everybody will have a badge. So, anytime if you guys ever go live with Albert, besides seeing my ugly mug on here, you can wear your badge with pride.
I'm so game to get this. I was talking to Raj last night about getting that StreamYard set up. He said he kind of figured it out too, but he was also saying that with his system, that the YouTube is not allowed it yet. So that's why I was telling him about the StreamYard that you were talking about. So we need to get you and Raj um, in contact with each other to see if maybe you can help him out with that. Um, Find out what we got to do to make it happen, and then, like I said, I'll follow suit behind y'all uh, with that, so we can get Billy up here and probably Jeff too, because those are the two computer gurus that I know for this type of deal and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I know Jeff was talking about it a long time ago. I just hadn't had a chance to uh, spend the money to get it there. But now that we've had a donation of that camera, uh, we can definitely start making the moves toward it. So
Yeah. And the thing of it is too, with the way you could do it, I mean, there's so many platforms, and you could get so high tech with this thing, it's not even funny. There's just, oh my gosh, it's like a big, deep, dark rabbit hole you could go down if you're not careful. Because I've seen guys setups that when you look at it, you think they're a freaking news production room. Yeah, I mean they're that serious, but they've also got millions and millions of subscribers too. So
that's the goal, brother. That's the
yeah,
goal.
but yeah, I mean thing it is, when Raj was on there, it looks like he actually had a pretty good setup.
He does. He's got it to where I think he's got like 6 different cameras or
Yeah,
mics to where when one person talks, it'll pan over. It'll go to that screen to whoever's talking right there.
yeah,
So yeah,
I think
he's got a pretty real serious setup. Yes, sir.
I think with StreamYard, you can actually set it up to do that to whoever's talking. It'll actually the camera will focus on them. So it'll bring it'll shrink the other people that are on screen with you, and it'll make whoever's talking, it'll make him appear bigger than everybody else.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, there's all kinds of ways. So, but I was thinking, I mean, even if you did the middle there, if you look at StreamYard on your computer, there's 3 levels that come up. You got your basic one, which is your free one, and you almost can't really do anything with. And you're stuck with a big old green duck on the top right of your screen.
Hmm.
The one I've got is the $25 a month,
According to this,
and I could put my logo up in the top right screen of the screen.
Nice.
So, but I mean, I could have, because I got 2 cameras. I could have one set up like where it's getting a downward shot of my desk, and then the one where I would be having faced me like my phone is right now. But with the plan I've got, I actually have to go through right into settings and switch cameras, and so it'll shoot from the other camera. The upgraded version, you could have 2 live cameras going at the same time, to where you got 2 screens, like kind of like me and you right now. One would be the one shooting down up from my desk, and the other one would be on me at the same time.
Well, once we get the camera set up for that, it'll be definitely an investment that I know we can, on our end, we'll be able to knock that out. So, and then again, too, guys, like I said, with the amount of support that we get through the channel, of everybody coming in and watching and being proactive, guys. When y'all are proactive on the channel, watching the videos, commenting on the videos, YouTube notices that. It gets their analog going, and it wants to promote our videos more. So again, guys, without y'all doing what y'all are doing, we cannot continue doing what we do. So, by y'all being proactive, y'all going to help us be able to make these moves a lot faster. So if y'all like to see the improvements, please, like I said, when we ask for the thumbs up, it's for a reason. It's not just for our health. It's for the health of the channels, to make them grow, for the analogs to pick it up and start getting us more viewers, more subscribers as well. So, and then y'all sharing the channel links and all of that, it takes notice of that as well. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I'll be
yeah.
right back.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The bearded face game. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that'll be awesome. Kind of I was focused down here. I wasn't reading the comments, and I stopped real quick to kind of take a look at that, trying to get this done because got to be honest. As soon as we knock this out, I'll be calling it a day because I do like barbecuing during the day. I really don't like doing it at night because I have seen where the vision ain't as great. So we'll get it, get her done. So. Mm. Yeah, man. We're looking for it, guys. And I like that idea of the StreamYard being able to do that because then, if I step away, I don't actually have to move the camera. We can just click on to the next one and move over. So this will be something very, very interesting for us. So I'm game for that. Oh man. And now we got a couple of things for y'all to vote on. One will be the direction of which The winners will be selected. Like I said, I'm shooting for 25 places, and the reason it's 25 because we're hitting 25,000 subscribers. So, depending on how many more sponsors we got coming in, that number may go up. But right now we're at 25, so 25 places will be available. And yeah, we're definitely excited on that because we, that's that's our goal, and and even then too, this is the precursor to what's coming down the road when we start getting into more sponsors, more giveaways, bigger giveaways. We were talking about that years and years ago, not even years and years, last year or the year before that, if we were got to the point that maybe we could do like a boat and truck giveaway. Everybody was like, dude, why don't you do like 100 rod and reel combo giveaway? I was like, dude, I like that even better. Like, share the wealth on it. So this is setting us up for all of that, guys. And with all everybody helping us out and putting forth the effort, it's going to really be able to make this happen. And it's on there. Yeah.
To the past goals that
so, so you did confirm you want the racket. Last night you told me that you wanted me to hold off until you wanted it or confirmed on it. All right, I got you. I got you, Robert. Hey, put the rack down. He wants it after all. Oh, that is funny. You got it, brother. It's yours. I almost walked out of the shop right now. Oh, real funny. Man. Well, I was amazed too last night, with the live. Once I plugged it in, actually the phone was able to charge and still stay live, and it didn't overheat. And I guess it was because how cold it is here in the shop compared to what it normally is during the summer. But again, too, we also have they finally replaced the AC system here on the property, so we're actually working where we're supposed to be working at, and I have a feeling too by them fixing that, that also helped with our electricity bill that we've been dealing with a crazy high electricity bill for a long time.
definitely respect, but it's not throwing it away and like completely
Yep.
cold.
Better be safe than sorry. No worry, Gilbert. The beach will be there. And I see the winds have picked up. It is blowing outside. Yeah, well, at least you'll be ready for the next time, and you won't have to torture yourself by waiting too much longer. So, oh yeah, getting close to this finish line of these orders right here, but I know a lot of people are out there fishing. When winds are rocking like this, it is windy. It can have some serious playoffs in the long run for sure. So, yep. Oh yeah. Are you out there on the beach right now, Robert? Are you still getting reports in? And also, too, anybody else hook up anything throughout the night? Damn. We really did concentrate on these 4-ounce cannons. We only have 2 molds, so we must have just counted on poured onto those 2 molds by itself. But you all right? You all right?
I am now.
Hold on. I got the spray can somewhere. Oh man. No,
Must have been something I
the what?
must have been something I ate.
Right? uh, did you see what Robert posted up a little while ago, where his wife was pulling his chain? Because he wanted that wreck that we've had in here for a long time. So now,
Yeah.
and he's been telling me for multiple drawings that if he wins, that's what he's getting. So last night he kind of was doubting and said, "Well, I'll kind of wait." And then his wife was messing with him, and so he's like, "No, get it." And so I was like, "Hey, go and put the rack back. You know, Robert wants it after all." Yeah, oh, man. But coming down to the finish line, guys. Getting there. Getting there. Guess now I can start breaking stuff apart. I'll show y'all everything that got broken up once I'm done. Ooh, that would sucked. I hate it when it does that. I go to reach for it and it breaks apart in my hand because those sharp edges get you in that split second.
Yeah. Man, says
Oh, wow. 9 sets of waves.
dang.
Yeah, that is a lot of sandbars being shown right now.
Wow.
And if there's 9 sets, the waves are a lot bigger than you think, brother. Because the fourth to show, the fifth to show, the sixth, those are some big waves. Because that water level at those depths, those waves are a lot bigger than you think. Uh, that day that I showed y'all the picture where I went out there and that wave dwarfed the hell out of me, that was 3, 4, 5. That was probably the fifth or sixth um, set of breakers that was out that day. And I'll show you the picture real quick, and this will give you an idea. Yeah, it doesn't look that big from shore, but once you get out on that water, it's a whole nother monster. Um,
I remember we were down on pins and the waves were so bad we couldn't get baits out. Yeah.
that's me on the wave. That's a 14-foot manta ray kayak. This photo was taken off the end of Bobble Pier with the telephoto lens. I was 600 yards out from the end. I want to say it was the fifth or sixth breaker. That's me on the wave. The winds were sustained 30 miles an hour, gusting 40. And I was
God.
out there on a kayak. Yeah. And I think I only got like 4 baits out that day, but I was the only person out of about 6 different sharkers that went out there and trying to get baits, and they couldn't get past the second breaker. And I even told them how to do it, and they just couldn't do it. So, but
Yeah.
they did take that awesome picture of me being way out there, which was pretty awesome. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen the waves out there where it actually in the gullies they was actually showing the second sandbar.
That is
Yeah.
that's some bad deal.
Yep. Yeah, we
Yes,
decided
sir.
that day we weren't going to put baits out. We were just going to cast our baits out.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yep.
we're not going to take our chances.
Oh yeah. See, and I've done that kind of craziness in the middle of winter during red tide. It was
Oof.
red tide. So to be able to breathe, what I was using was the hulls, the honey, the lemon honey cough drop.
Yep.
That way it would soothe your throat so you didn't cough.
Yeah.
So you had halls in the whole time just so you can breathe to keep being able to go and keep doing that. If you didn't have that, Guys
Oh,
that
yeah.
came and joined us, and I told them to bring extra because what I had was, mainly for me. They didn't bring any. They left. They left after about 15, 20 minutes of being on the beach. They couldn't take it anymore. They were coughing so bad.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a trick of the trade right there to use the cough drops during red tide. And mind you, it was like 40 something degrees outside. It was at night. We had sea fog. So you couldn't see past the second sandbar. You'd see the third when you were up on the rack. But if you were on the shore, you couldn't see the third sandbar. I mean, it was rocking. And me and another buddy, we dropped baits and we still dropped them like 1,500 yards off the beach. So I definitely need to get back on the kayak and get more practice in because I've been off for so long. Yeah. Might be a little sporty. Definitely gonna wear my best. Yep. I admit that. Yep.
I see a hard time, Robert, with anybody getting past 10-foot waves.
Oh yeah, if you'd seen that picture, those waves were big. Um, on one of them, I was in the trough, and as the wave came up like this, it was already over me like this. I was right here, and I looked up, and I was like, I grabbed the kayak, and I just dumped myself right there. So I flipped myself over as the wave rolled over me, and as the wave rolled over me, the kayak gets sucked to the surface because the air's got trapped inside of it. So I'm with the kayak pedal like this, and it's just that I shoot through the water. It was, or it was crazy. So, and then when I came up, another wave was crashing. Like it was already coming down on me. So I went under. It rolled me around for a little bit, and then we get drug again. But
Yeah.
once it came up, I was like, all right. So I looked around. I flipped the kayak over, and while I'm in the water and I flip the kayak over, I see the weight still attached. So I was like, oh, the bait's there. so I grab the bait, throw it on, get back on the kayak, and I keep going. Everybody's like, dude, we saw you fall, and then it ate you again, and then you get on the kayak and you take off again. Like, the bait was there. Yeah, man, I already made it out that far. No reason to drop bait and then turn around and come back to shore if I'm already there. And it was crazy because after those two waves hit me, I was still able to go out like 1,000 yards past them. Yeah, no. I don't. Okay, I just caught myself doing something I shouldn't even have been doing. So these are 3/4 ounce egg weights, right?
Yeah.
So I saw these 3/4 ounce egg weights, and I was like, oh, I need to separate them.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
I think I am tired. Yep. I
Yeah,
am a
just a
little
little
tired.
bit.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah. How's it going, Elof? Welcome to the channel.
Yep. Elof, what's up, boss? How you doing? Yeah. I'm all working another pound and I don't even need to.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen this guy. I've seen Albert take off from when we were fishing the pier. I've seen that guy battle through some waves just trying to get up to the end of the pier to pick the bait up.
Yep.
That was whoa.
Yeah, and then what's the crazier thing too, you gotta remember, guys, when you're kayaking kayaking these baits into the or trying to get baits from the pier. What ends up happening at the end of the tee, like you have the handrail, right? And then you have the water's edge down here, you have the pylons. When wind's coming in, it goes over the pier and under the pier. So
Yep.
when you're coming under the pier, it's now instead of a 30-mile-per-hour wind, it's like 45. Like
Yep.
it's all combined into a little spot like that, and you're putting everything you got into it. And when you're doing that and you get going, here's the pier. The bait will drift in like this. So you got to pick up the bait and keep going, because if not, you get sucked all the way back, and then the next wave comes and you could get rolled. So you don't want to be caught under that. So you're kayaking as fast as you can to get out away from the pier.
Yeah.
So you're holding the weight and leader, and you're paddling like this, and yeah. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
something else when you're out there trying to paddle in heavy wind and big current like that and stuff like that. Yep.
Yep.
So that's why I was trying to get out there today, because there's a great shark fisherman out there. This dude started from scratch, and he is just tearing it up out there.
Who's out there?
Not on the pier, on the beach. Like, he's a beach fisherman. Jeff Dunnels or Matthew
Oh,
Dunnels. That dude is a beast, So, I got a lot of respect for the man that he's putting in a ton of effort and getting out there on the kayak. And he's a big dude, but he you know what I mean? I
yeah.
wanted to go out there and fish with the guy, but I gotta take care of these deals that I got going, you know what I mean? So,
There was. I
okay,
remember.
I can say it's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little too crazy. Like that one time, well, that day when I came back from that trip, I caught a wave. Here's the pier, right? Here's the water level. I caught a wave, and it picked me up like this. So I'm coming up to the pier, and I leaned back like this on the kayak as it caught the kayak, and you can see the pier going like I could feel the pier going over me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably, from my face from hitting the bottom of that kayak, that pier was maybe a foot and a half at most. That's pretty scary. And at the speed I was going, it would have been brutal. It really would have been brutal. And
Yeah.
then as soon as it spit me out the back end, it rolled me. So I'm coming like this, and then I got rolled and I got shoved into the water, and there's an undertow under there. So it's pulling me under the pier, trying to pull me back. I'm holding the kayak, and it breaks through. The rope breaks through the kayak. It broke the metal. Um, I think part of it was because I had the rope slipped into the wrong place or whatever. So yeah, I ended up breaking the paddle. Finally made it to the surface, and I think what saved me was, well, obviously part of it was the kayak pulling me until it broke, but it pulled me far enough out of the undertow that I was able to get to the surface. Once I got to the surface, I still had to swim about 100, probably 150, 200 yards to get to the kayak. And then when I got to the kayak, I couldn't get on it because it took on so much water, so it kept flipping on me. So all I could do was hold on to it until I got to shore, which kept my head out of the water. But once I got to shore, I felt a little weird, so I leaned all the way over, to where I'm bent over, and water came out of my lungs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was pretty intense.
I think when that wave took you underneath, when you almost scraped your face off. I don't know if I was with you on that one, but
This one was at Caldwell Pier too. It wasn't at Bob Hall. It was at Caldwell.
okay, then yeah, I wasn't with you. But I do remember one time we were out there at Bob Hall, and that wave sucked you underneath that damn pier. We were trying to get the bait down to you, and the waves and the wind were so bad. Every time we got the bait almost right to you, something would blow it off, or the water would come.
Waves would come in, yeah. Yep.
And you got sucked underneath that damn pier, and I tell you what, my heart sank all the way down to my feet. I was like, son of a bitch, we're gonna lose Albert.
Yeah, I guess that tells you when I finally flip, it's bad. It's bad. So oh yeah. There's some great kayakers out there, man. There really are. But even no matter how great you are, I always tell them, dude, wear your vest, bro. Like, just wear
Yeah.
your vest, man. Definitely gets a little too crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And
maybe
thing
that
of it is,
one
when you're
time,
coming in from
too, that you, huh?
I said, when you're grabbing bait, when you're coming off of the beach and you're fishing from the beach, that's totally different because you start off with your bait right already on your kayak and you just paddle your butt off. But when you're starting from the beach and you're coming up to that pier to grab your bait, and some of these baits are, heavier than hell. So you're trying to grab that without trying to get hooked by the bait or even hitting the head by the weight that you're using. Because I've seen people get hit in the head with a weight, and knocked out of their damn kayak. And it's a totally different ball game when you're out in that water, and it's a little rough. I mean, even little 2-foot swells at the end of that pier would it almost knock you out. So it's like, if you have not done it, the best thing to do is to watch somebody do it and get a feel for it just from watching, and then go out there and do a dry run without actually worrying about getting a bait.
Yes, no bait. Just go out there without anything. And once you make it through, flip yourself over, get into the water, and then get back on the kayak. But look, I always tell people, if you have a pool or can take your kayak to the pool, practice in the pool first.
Yeah.
Flipping it over, getting in, getting all of that. So you get yourself orientated. Next, go to an area where you're in about 4 foot of water, with some kind of current, like the first gut.
Yeah.
So that way you can practice in the current, in the waves, having to deal with all of that. Once you're comfortable in flipping yourself over, and I mean, like, grab the kayak and just dunk yourself, so you get what it feels like to get rolled on the kayak. Because jumping off into the water and coming up head first, anybody can do.
Yeah.
When you go head first into the water, not feet first into the water, is a whole different program. You get disorientated, and so I always tell people, practice flipping yourself, getting on the kayak, in the current, and all of that, and then practice. Once you're confident doing that, then you start playing with the waves and going out there. Don't try to do it on your first attempt, and because if you get hooked and you don't know what to do, that could be the other thing too. You're gonna panic, and then you could really, really cause yourself some harm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be able to self-rescue if you're out there on a kayak. Because if you can't self-rescue, then you don't have any business being out there on a kayak. You're just going to become a statistic. So if you can't self-rescue, don't do it. Brandon, I used to fish with a guy that wouldn't wear a life jacket while he was kayaking baits out, because he goes, it just messes up with trying to paddle. I don't care how good you are or how bad you think you are, wear that life jacket. I've seen guys go down and almost not come back up because they weren't wearing a jacket.
Yep, no doubt on that. And it doesn't matter how good you are. You can be the best swimmer in the world. You get knocked unconscious flipping off that kayak, it means squat. When you're unconscious, your body doesn't realize it's drowning. There is no life. Normally, like, if you're asleep and somebody dumps some water on you, you wake up. When you're knocked unconscious, there is no life-saving natural mechanism in your body to keep you from drowning. You will drown. Said and done. So, and the life vests are designed to flip you upright. So if you're unconscious, you're still with your face out of the water. So that is something that a lot of people don't understand. I can do that. I don't doubt it. No, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. But when you're knocked unconscious, it's over. You're done. It doesn't matter how strong of a swimmer you are, how many thousands of miles you swam at one time. It has nothing to do when you're unconscious. It's over. So,
You see it on the beach every year. The people that aren't kayaking, they're just out swimming. They get hit by a wave that comes in. They get down and hit their head on the sandbar or something like that that's down there. They get knocked out and drown.
Yep.
And they were just swimming in 4 foot of water. So imagine if you were out there on a kayak.
Hey, Robert, I've done the same. There was times that I went out there without a vest and, calm water and, but the guys that were with me, I told them, don't do what I do. Like, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Like, I know where I'm at. I know how calm it is. Like, I'm okay with this. But again, too, at the end of the day, you fall out, you get knocked unconscious. It's
Mm-hmm.
over. It is over. So, and a lot of us grow up feeling like we're Superman, that we're untouchable, and when reality finally hits, it can be really scary. You know what I mean? I pray nobody
Yeah.
ever falls into that deal. So, oh man.
See, I went out the first time I actually went out and did that. I actually did it without a life jacket, and I got dumped, and I was probably about 100 yards offshore when I got dumped,
Mm.
and I didn't know how to. I could not get back up in the kayak. I actually had to hold on to that kayak and swim my butt back in because I couldn't. I kept rolling the kayak every time I tried to get back on. After that, I went to a buddy's pool and practiced that in his pool, and I'll never go out again without a life jacket.
That time when it did that to you, did you notice if it had a lot of water in the kayak?
Oh my god!
After, yeah, that's why you couldn't get back on, because it was filled with water and it had no buoyancy.
Yeah,
It was just enough to keep it from sinking, but not enough to keep you afloat.
yeah,
And
and
that's
that
what
was
happened
barely.
to me. Yep.
Yeah, so that was, and I would used to be a strong swimmer. I haven't gone swimming since I left Texas, but um, I used to be a pretty strong swimmer. Fat guys, we float pretty good. So but you're out there in that water and them waves, and it could be calm when you're going out there, and by the time you turn around, the next thing you know, you're in 4 foot swells and coming with 5 foot waves at the beach. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
so
All
it's
right. Daniel, what information are you looking for about East Coast redfish? Like how to fish for them, where to fish at, um, just getting into it. Like we need a little more info. That's such a huge million answer question right there.
what's up,
I would say
Detroit?
yes. There's the most simple one. Go fishing. And see. Yep, yep. I remember that one for life. Yeah. Yep.
Oh
So
yeah,
again, too, I think a lot of it had to do with the kayak. It needs work done, so that's why I'm going to try to get it out this week to Champion Outdoors, because I was talking to Jen Nolan's husband, and he says I work on all those kayaks. I'm like, okay, well, you need to come check out mine. So I'm going to have to take it to him because it's definitely acting or not acting the way it's supposed to be. And for it to take on a little wave like that and fill up with water, there's something definitely wrong. And
might have a split in the seam or something.
something is going on. I don't know, but uh, definitely going to get it up and running because I want to get back on the kayak. Like I know for me, that's a healthy way for me to get back into shape and lose a lot of the weight I've been packing on. So time to lose the winter outfit, man. It's usually you do it for spring break, but just trying to get back on the kayak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, seeing like you guys, I mean, down there, you in Texas, we got the waves and the beach and everything else, and see up here we don't have to worry about that unless we go to one of the big lakes.
Hard life. Yes, sir.
Dang phone calls.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Yes, sir. All right, we'll do. All right, Bob. Later. Awesome. 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 So, Robert said, when we find out how much it is to fix my kayak to get it up and running, for me to use whatever credit he has left over from his fire drawing to help with that. So that'll work. But I'm pretty sure, they're going to give us a helping hand on that. But we'll see. Don't know yet. Don't know
Yeah.
yet until we get the doctor's bill.
Yeah. Yeah, Detroit. I've seen him down there a couple times. He's Detroit was asking him about the pontoons that go on the side of the kayaks. I've seen them, but a lot of times those guys down there they won't put them on, especially if it's rough, because that'll just mess with you big time. But if it's a calm day, I've seen guys put them on and they'll go out, and especially the guys that go out to the rigs out there in the water, way out there, they'll use those just to make it a little easier on them.
Yeah. Now, when it's rough, if you make it past the surf, and then you're able to put those out, then it can help. It really can. But trying to go through the surf with them already engaged, it works against you. Because when you catch a wave, it catches that as well. So it's three things pulling against you rather than just one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've seen a guy try to. It wasn't real rough, but it was rough enough. But he had his pontoons on. And he was trying to take a bait out, and he kept going out about probably to the second gut, and then he'd get flipped over. He'd come back in and reset. And I told him, I said, take them damn pontoons off. I said, just take them off, throw them on the back of the kayak or on the front or whatever. Get your butt out there, and then put them on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, I could do it. I could do it. He ended up dropping his bait in the second gut.
Yeah. And I've been out there where it's so rough, we barely got into the second gut.
Yeah.
Like barely got into it. And even then, it was so bad, we dropped 3-pound surf weights with the whiting on it. A little bait. The weight was bigger than the bait, and it beat us to the beach. That's how bad the current was. It didn't even set. It just rolled and rolled and rolled until it got to the beach. And it beat us while we're on a kayak to the beach. I was like, oh, dude, it didn't stick. It literally ran into the beach. As soon as you dropped it, because once you're out there, you don't just immediately turn around. You got to time the wave too, because even in the middle of the troughs, you still had swells, and if you turn too quick on those swells, you would flip.
Yeah.
And so we timed it and all of that. So it took a little while for us to get back to shore. But once we got back to shore and see our bait on the beach, talk about and it was during the tournament too. So like, it just it sucked pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, them guys take them kayaks all the way out to them rigs and fish.
Yeah, I got videos doing that on my channel as well. So
yeah, you got like one or two of them, don't you?
yeah, yep. I was actually out there with 30 miles an out, and I was trolling away from the rig. I was about 300 yards away from the rig, and I got pulled back to the rig by a fish. Yeah.
There was
I know.
trying to remember who it was. Somebody else down there. I was at the beach camp. I was just fishing from the beach, and they wanted to go out to the rigs. And he had one of them GPS deals on his kayak. Well, he got hooked up onto a black tip out there, and a pretty good size one. And it ended up dragging him around. And when he got back to the camp, we downloaded that GPS. That thing drugged him around that rig and down the rig and down the Gulf or whatever. He ended up, while he was hooked onto that shark drugged him equivalent to, it was like 25 miles.
I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it at all. I had a little trout, like 21-inch trout, pull me around for 2 or 3 minutes on a kayak. A little trout.
Oh yeah.
go. And I had what was it, a 4.5 footer or something like that, pulled me so fast, water was spitting over the bow of the kayak.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there like this, and just water flying over me when I was trying to land this shark. So yeah, that one that picked me up on and dragged me all the way back. That thing, like,
Sorry.
it was massive. Like it was just massive. I couldn't even. And to me though, he didn't even realize he was hooked because it was speed. I got turned around, but it wasn't like super crazy fast. Like I just got turned and okay, I'm going back to the rig and I'm holding like this and it just
I think we're out.
Oh yeah.
swimming right away from me. And the guys, they saw me turn around and go back and they just kept going to the beach. I was like, dude, I was hooked up. They were like they were already hooking kings where they were at, but whatever it was massive. I've landed kings on the kayak. I've got jacks on the kayak, shark, but that whatever it was, it had power, straight power. So
Now you imagine getting hooked onto a big mako out there in a kayak like that. That's
if you could hold on, it'd be the other question.
well, I mean, it would get to the point with them damn makos because they're so fast and strong, and and everything else. It would probably get to the point where it would be getting to the point where I would probably cut the damn line because I'm not going back out that far.
True that. Yeah, and yeah. I've seen guys land makos on kayak though. I've seen it done, but they never tell you how long the story was or how far they got dragged or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Sam's Club.
Okay.
Walk it. Just a $50 membership.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Don't sweat this. Don't sweat it, bro. I've got proof of all of this. There's videos of us
Anything you can think of that we need.
backing up a lot of our trains. I also got pictures. I've got witnesses. None of them smoke.
Peanut butter.
I know I don't.
More pasta.
Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah, they've landed marlin. I've seen them land the salmon sharks on kayaks. But again, too, they never talk about like how long the fight was. It's crazy. Yeah.
And some chicken and turkey because we're having.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need mayo?
Now the thing about the yellowfin and stuff like that, do those tend to run away from where they get hooked, or do they run deep? Because all the videos I pretty much see, yeah, they run out of distance, but for the most part they run deep. I could be completely wrong, but that's the way it's portrayed on.
All right, if you choose, you know.
Okay.
Well, look at tuna or whatever. Like,
I've done it once in Detroit.
And I'm fine. I'm not drinking it.
It was the first and last time I was out there by the rigs. I don't know. I didn't even know what I was hooked up to. But when I started getting towed away, or when I noticed I was getting towed away by whatever was on my line, I was like, nope, blink.
no.
No,
and I'm hard headed. I'm hard headed. I was hard headed enough then that even if I was getting towed like that, I was like, I'm landing it.
Yeah.
Probably end up, coming back in Port A, but I landed.
Well, see, I probably would have ended up trying to fight it and trying to get whatever it was, but I had just actually is when I had my arm in a sling when I dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not taking a chance if that shoulder goes out again while I'm all the way out here. I'm not getting back in.
Yeah, that's a whole different monster right there for sure.
Yeah. Have a good one, Robert.
Later, Robert. You have a good one, bub. And I'm almost done with my tray here, which is good. The other ones are surf weights, and I'd have to go to the back to knock them out. But like I said, the video is coming up on 3 hours, so I don't know how much longer it's got. But
Oh, wow.
to give y'all a quick rundown of all the gear that I cleaned out right now, and see your weight if we got it. Well, I will get it, not if we got it.
Nice, Detroit. You definitely have to send some pictures in of your trip. We'd love to see them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I definitely want to get out there. I want to go there. The PEI Islands, Prince Edward Islands. I know they say they catch 1,000-pounders out there and stuff like that as well. So it's coming. It's gonna go.
Yeah.
Nice, Brandon.
There you go. Well, so Brandon, you crabbing for a crab to eat or a crab to go fishing with? Well, I'm thinking both.
Down in the bottom on the bottom of the door, there should be some in there.
All right, Levy, you have a good one, bub. Be safe and happy Easter, everybody, for sure. Oh man, I'm almost done. The last little piece, I'm just making sure I don't throw away a good weight, because if it stays in the tray, it will become burnt lead. We melt it and create the energy.
Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
All right, guys. So
You make a lot of noise.
those are the 1 ounce pairs. There's probably 5 pounds in there. Got 3/4 ounce pig, about the same. 4 ounce cannons right there. There's probably 10 pounds in there. 1.5 ounce pairs. That's probably 10 to 15 pounds. And then the 8 ounce coin right there. So let's get a weight. Let's get a weight. Let's see how close I am to eyeballing the scale and stuff like that.
Hey, Detroit, if you can, your pictures or whatever, are you going to put them up on Facebook or are you going to put them up on your YouTube channel? Nice, John. Roger said, don't forget about the lotto tickets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Boulay?
Yeah, it said 5 pounds.
What are you at?
5
Shut
pounds,
up.
8 ounce. And I was just eyeballing it. So, and that way you see too, zeroed out. That one's 8 pounds, almost 9. And then this one I said about 15. Maybe it's 20. Oh, all the way off. 28 pounds on that one. 1.5 ounce pairs.
Take it easy, Roger.
20 pounds on there for the 4 ounce cannons. And then 20 pounds of the 8 ounce coin weights. Oh yeah, we definitely got the order filled. So
Oh, my
those are
water.
the last little bit of weights I got to work on, and I'll be done. These are the 1/8 gauge. These are the extra heavies that I was talking about.
Okay.
These are the 1/16 gauge, which are the real light gauge ones. And you definitely can see the size difference between the wires on them. That and the length too. So these are our shark rigs, and then these are our cast outs, and then we got a size in between. But all right, guys. So video's about to end because battery's about to die anyway. So y'all have a blessed one. Happy Easter, everybody. I pray everybody has a blessed one and go spend some time with your family. That's what I'm trying to go do. And again, guys, don't forget our 25,000 subscriber mark giveaway is coming. Jacked up Leatherworks, brother. Much love to you and the family. Tell everybody, love them. Happy Easter. And Daniel's fired again.
He just looked over here and smiled. He heard you.
Awesome, guys. Well, y'all have a good one, man. We'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, later.